I want to sell green, red, white, and yellow widgets. That's this week on Think Tank Tuesday. Hi, I'm POTRATZ, and welcome to this week's Think Tank Tuesday. So, what'd you think about that title? Yellow, white, red widgets? Well, I'm not going to talk about widgets. I just use that. What I want to talk about is a different analogy. And before I lead into that analogy, let me set the stage for you. Business owners, marketers, and salespeople have something in common. And what their really common trait is they're trying to sell something. They're trying to sell a product or trying to sell a service is what they're trying to do. So you can use the widgets, or in this case, we'll end up using a vehicle, cars, that we want to sell cars. So as a salesperson, if I want to sell more, let's say F-150s, Ford F-150s, what would I do as a salesperson? Well, I would start talking about Ford F-150s. If I'm a marketer, I would start saying, hey, I've got Ford F-150s for sale. A business owner, hey, I got more F-150s for sale. But if I want to be competitive in the market, what do? Well, you lower your prices, right? So now we lower our prices so we can sell more F-150s than the other guys in town, which that's just weird in itself, if you ask me. So I'm going to work harder, I'm going to spend more money in advertising, and I am going to sell my F-150 or my widget for less money so I can sell more, right? So I'm going to work harder and make less money. That doesn't make sense to me. And I think it's because the salesperson in you gets involved in the marketing strategy. So I want you to stop that. Now bear with me what I want you to do. What I want you to do is understand who is your client or who is your customer. What motivates them? Why did they decide they want to buy an F-150? What brought them down the path? Get your salesmanship out of the way because you think to sell it, I just got to basically drop my drawers and sell it. You don't have to do that. Understand, where did somebody start in the process? So let me give you that analogy. So let's say I'm driving to work in the morning and my check engine light comes on. And I'm thinking, oh no, seriously, I got to start putting money in this car or this truck. I've got to do repairs. I don't want to start putting money in it. So now me as a consumer, that's a justification mode to say, you know what, Paul, it's okay for me to start shopping for a car now. I've got a justification to spend money. Now let's say that I pull off on the side of the road, and I'm thinking, oh man, what do? My check engine light's on. Am I going to tear something else up? Should I sell this car? Should I trade it in? What should I do? What should I do? So and then I'm like, I check it online, but now I'm on my way. So now I pull into the gas station and I'm pumping gas, and I'm standing there and I'm going, boy, it seems like I'm having to stop at the gas station a lot. I'm spending a lot of money on gas. Keep in mind, though, I've got this vehicle that's paid off, but that's okay. I'm using the gas, the lack of fuel efficiency as a justification to say, Paul, it's okay to start shopping for a car. It justifies it. Now I get to work and I pull up in that car, that truck in the parking lot, and I look around. And I've got all my coworkers that are driving newer vehicles. They've got shiny new vehicles. And I'm like, well, if they can get a new car, why can't I? Justification. So when you're building your marketing strategy, what you've got to do is understand who is your client, who is your customer, and what brings them down the path to start shopping for a vehicle. It's not always price. You don't have to be the lowest price one. You've got to understand who your clients are and what motivates them. So I ask you the question, what are you doing for a marketing strategy when it comes to fuel efficiency, to safety, to towing, to technology, to all of the things that people ask you in the process? And if you're not a car dealer, if you're some other type of business, you could be a real estate agent, you could be a pool salesperson or whatever, what leads the person down the funnel? Because if you're advertising price, you're talking to somebody that's down here that's pretty much already narrowed the decision down. And if you're a Ford dealer, now they're shopping you, this Ford dealer, and this Ford dealer, chances are, and maybe a Chevy dealer or a Dodge, but you get my point. So now it becomes to just a complete price negotiation. So now I'm having to give up my profit to be able to sell that product. You don't have to do that. You start your marketing strategy much earlier. Now you get the person in, because we all know that we, as human nature, we love impulse. We'll do an impulse buy if we feel good about it, if we feel like that we're not being taken advantage of, if we like the person, if we're given the information, if it's shiny, if it's pretty and it smells good, we'll sign the dotted line. You don't have to basically drop your drawers all the time. You don't. I mean, you can do that in some of your advertising, but what I want you to take away from this video is start your strategy earlier. Understand who your client is, what motivates them, and build a strategy for that. Build it on your website. Build it in your social program, but build the strategy earlier in the funnel and start increasing your gross. It's not all about price. Now, I want to hear from you. If you disagree with me, if you think that you have to give it up, or if you agree with me and say, yeah, this is a strategy I'm doing, well, I want to hear from you. So put in your comments below this video. Let me hear from you. And by all means, share this video if you find this valuable. And I'll see you next week.